to the finish line. Seatbelt, fast whips, got a winning mind. See me when I skirt off.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the Girl You're Fine podcast. Now before we get into this next episode, we do have to give a quick shout out. Girl You're Fine is not affiliated with the Northwest Student Media, but shout out to them for providing the space and equipment to record this episode. Northwest Student Media creates the Northwest Missourian newspaper, KNWT Student Television, KZLX, 106.7 Student Radio, and the Tower Yearbook. Find out more at northweststudentmedia.com. Let's get into it. Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the Girl You're Fine podcast. You guys, this week is iconic. It's been a long time coming. Welcome, Phil and Riley, to the podcast. How are you guys feeling about being on the show today?
I mean, me personally, I'm just jazzed. I mean, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I feel like it's been so cool to see like your behind the scenes journey. I was remembering when like it was just a concept, so to like see everything in action's been so cool.
You guys, I am such a fan of you two.
Wow.
First of all, just every day when I see you guys on campus, like you light up my day. I feel like you guys have beef with no one. You guys are just very energetic.
Wow.
Your presence illuminates Northwest.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
I mean that from
Thank
the
you.
bottom of my heart. So when I was thinking like, who would be a fun duo to have on the show? Riley and Phil.
Yeah.
You
Love
guys
it.
are both frat kings. You guys are so
We are
involved
fraternities, yeah.
on the campus.
We get our frats on. Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so I think we need to just jump in to what we're going to talk about, which is Spotify Wrapped. Yeah.
Oof,
But when I was chatting with them before the show, you guys, they don't even use Spotify.
Nope.
Can I tell you a funny story?
Yeah.
So I actually like felt like I had like FOMO from not using Spotify, and so like whenever we go over our Spotify Wrapped, or else I guess like Apple Music Replay, you're gonna see like gaps in my Apple Music because I actually switched to Spotify for like a good 3 months.
Stop.
Because I had FOMO so bad because I thought it was like so cool that everyone used Spotify,
Really?
and then actually like I'm so sorry I didn't like it. So it goes like
sir.
January, February, June, July, and so there's like a gap in my Apple Music
And that's
Replay.
an important time, too. That 3 months is when
Yeah.
all the albums came out. So.
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
100%.
Oh, it didn't affect anything. Yeah.
That's insane. Okay, so, but you've always been Apple Music through
I have. You know, my family always used Apple Music. I was raised, indoctrinated in the Apple Music lifestyle.
Indoctrinated. Okay, I think it's time to pull up our Spotify Wrapped.
Let's
what if
do
we...
it.
Okay, I'm going to predict who would be on your guys' top 5. Taylor Swift for both of you.
Yeah. I am
Me
a
as
Swiftie.
well. Was she your guys' number 1?
Yep.
Absolutely.
She was
Wait,
mine.
Okay.
don't spoil anything. We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Let's have some
Absolutely.
suspense.
Okay.
A little foreshadowing is going on right
so
now.
how do we want to do this?
You guys, oh my gosh.
should I'll go first?
Yeah.
I'll let you guys
Yes.
know mine. And I did post it on the private story, so you guys probably have already seen it.
I took a little
I
look
saw a
already.
glimpse.
Yeah, so, which a little bit embarrassing, like my top 5 songs, not gonna lie.
Mine are too. Mine exemplifies the crash out that I had in 2024. So a lot of the songs are more like sad a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We have to be sad sometimes.
Oh, 100%. Okay, my number 1, Taylor.
Absolutely.
All 3 of us were
Always.
number 1.
Yes.
Number 2, which, okay, because of the controversy, I don't even know if I should say this, but Beyonce was my number
Thank
2.
Really?
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
can I
we-
tell you a secret? I've only ever listened to one song on Cowboy Carter, and I don't even think I can tell you what that song is.
Are you serious?
Guys, my phone just started playing music. They really are
Hey,
excited.
Sabrina.
Hey,
what
Little
up?
Sunshine. Well,
So-
foreshadowing again.
Cowboy Carter, so Beyonce released a new album, and it was like country. It was kind of a big controversy.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it,
Okay.
but like I'm not a country spinner usually, so not normally am I gonna put on the Beyonce.
No, I get
Okay,
that.
you know, but she's pretty good.
100%. No. And I mean, for Beyonce, like, she's had 20 years worth of music. So for her to switch it up this late in her career, it's a big deal.
So, like,
Okay.
wow, okay, famous.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Beyonce.
All right, number 3 and 4 could not be more polar opposites. Number 3, Nicki Minaj.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
Number 4, Morgan Wallen.
Oh.
Wow.
And you know, Morgan Wallen, we support, we appreciate, but that's just a big switch up.
100%.
Do you want to hear
100%.
something crazy? I
Tell
have
me.
not seen Nicki Minaj on anyone's Spotify or Apple Music Wrapped this year.
She
Are you
kinda
serious?
Fell off, yeah.
I have not seen a single one.
Her and Megan Thee
Hello?
Stallion.
High five.
Welcome.
Oh my gosh.
They had some beef. They
Did
did.
they? They always do. I'm
always
not the
different.
biggest Megan fan. She's a little too crazy for me.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Really?
Yeah, I like her.
Really?
More than Nicki?
I don't know. Like, I kind of like the whole, like, oh, I paid my own path, but I'm still going to get my degree
Yeah.
and, like,
True.
make my family proud moment.
She is very wholesome. Like, she's like,
Yeah.
I'm working my way up.
Oh, 100%.
Started from the bottom, now we here. I
She
mean,
really did.
Yeah.
I just like Nicki because she's a trailblazer. She was the OG
Yeah.
female rapper.
And this is the truth.
Oh.
This is the truth. She was doing it like no one else. Like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? In the start, she was having Kanye. She was having Jay-Z on her songs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
First album. That's crazy stuff.
Starships?
Come on.
Are you kidding me? That was our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, number 5, then it's your guys' turn. Post Malone. I love Austin. From the bottom of my heart, I think that is one of my favorite albums of the year.
Oh, it's very good. And his F1 Trillion. Like,
That was pretty good.
Stop it.
I Had Some Help, my favorite song. Kind of basic, but I got to see it in person at Morgan One's College.
wow.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, I also was there. I forgot we were there at the same day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I wasn't. So sorry, guys. Dang it.
Oh my gosh.
No, I look to get onto it. I'm like, wait. It
Yeah.
was a bit of a country year,
Oh,
actually.
for sure.
So Lana Del Rey
1000%.
released a country song, and Lana Del Rey, sneak peek, she's on my rap. So.
Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, Phil, I think it's your turn.
Okay,
Top
well,
5.
of course, I do have to. This is the elephant in the room. I am a Swiftie, and this is okay. This is okay. We have to support. So, okay, number 1, Taylor Swift.
Period.
It's a given. So, her new album, Tortured Poets Department, guys. I was spinning that album front to back all day because it really was just relatable to me.
It was so...
I was relating, and that's a great time.
Yep.
So next,
Beautiful.
Ariana Grande.
Love.
Oh. So she released Eternal Sunshine this year. And guys, that's my album of the year. I like Tortured Poets Department, but Eternal Sunshine is a front to back, start to finish, 12 tracks of straight amazingness. Every song is a bop, and you can't make the music not
It's
bop.
a masterpiece. And the fact that she released an album and then starred in Wicked, can
Yeah.
we talk about that?
I didn't even know that Wicked was a thing until the trailer came out in April. I didn't know it was, like, being hinted at. That is my musical, everybody. Like,
Wow.
when you think of a musical and you
Yup.
think of Riley Steele, you
That's
better
powerful.
think of Wicked together.
Oh, 1000%.
And so, like, imagine the... sheer and utter shock that fell over me when I was like, oh my gosh, Wicked trailer? Are you
Yup.
kidding? And yeah, we'll get more into that. But
We will. But she bodied that. I was like, wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Galinda, thank you.
absolutely.
For sure.
Okay, Galinda.
Okay, Galinda. And this number 3, kind of a shock, but Charlie XCX. So we did have a Brat Summer. If anyone's heard of it, have you heard of it? Has anyone heard of it?
Yup.
A Brat Summer. Oh my gosh, it was a good time. Over the summer, I was really just spinning the Brat Summer. It's like dance music. Do you want to guess the color of what? I mean, that's just the beauty of all of it. So I really liked Charlie XCX. And then number 4, Beyonce. Beyonce.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that from you.
Well, I wasn't either. That's the thing.
He opened it up and he was like,
I
what?
wasn't either. But, she released, I went to a Beyonce concert last year, and ever since then, I've been like, you know what? I really appreciate her.
How was that? I was going to ask you during hers, but how was it?
Super good. Beyonce is a performer. She's born to perform. She's doing the dancing. She's
Didn't
doing
she
the
show up so
outfits.
late, though?
She did. Well, Kansas City traffic. Everybody Kansas City traffic.
Yup.
So it didn't start till, I think, 10:30, and it was supposed to start at 8.
Yup.
So, guys, this is a Sunday night. I have government exam the next morning at 8 a.m.
No.
I was still rocking. I said, let's go. And I ended up getting home around 4 in the morning. Because I had to get food, hour and a half drive back up to Maryville,
Oh.
and then I was here.
And you probably aced that exam too.
I kind of did.
Oh my gosh, the jack of all
Yes.
trades.
I was studying while I was waiting. Studying and waiting for Beyonce is a crazy mix, but it happened.
It's so college of you.
Only you could do it.
So college. Okay,
And
what's
then
the 5th?
number 5, Lana Del Rey.
Period.
Behind Beyonce?
She was behind Beyonce. Yes.
Wow.
That's insane.
So-
I was not expecting that.
And then, well, strangely enough, Brent Faiyaz and number 6. But we're not getting into that.
Ooh.
That's not relevant.
Wait, you have number 6?
Well, it gives you a
Well, you
6,
can
7, 8,
get-
9.
yeah.
Ooh.
There's
Are
like a
you
10.
kidding?
Maybe that's why Apple Music's better.
Spotify doesn't have that.
Well, and see you all later. Thank you for coming.
That's all. That's
I
all
love it.
have to say.
Okay, that really defines you as a person, and I feel like your top 5, like they're all kind of cohesive, like they blend together.
It's very cohesive. Someone's gonna say, "Well, I know exactly what you are.
Yeah.
You are just a listener of girl music," and I say, "Wow." And I
You're
love
a
it.
girl's girl.
I'm a girl's girl.
Yep,
Someone's
through and
gotta be
through.
these days. So.
Period. All right, Mr. Steele, I think it's time that you reveal your Spotify Wrapped.
Well,
What do you say?
Miss Bird, I'm so glad you asked. Let me give you the tea. Okay. So I'm going to read them, and then I am going to see if you notice a common theme with the
Ooh.
Wrapped.
Wow.
Theme.
Yeah.
This is a thematic thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I will also tell you my 3 top songs from Torture Poets Department because newsflash.
You know what? I might too. I might just
Absolutely,
throw that in. So.
absolutely. Well, newsflash: Taylor Swift, number 1, 12,100 minutes. That's with missing
Oh,
A few
wow.
months.
a few months, so it would have probably been doubled if.
So, not gonna lie though, I did beat you. Ooh.
But But let's go onto my Spotify and see how many hours I spent on
so
that
he's going to be
one.
doing some
He's gonna get-
addition.
I might
some
have to do some
calculations.
addition.
Statistics are happening today.
Absolutely. No, it's okay. I'll let you take this one. Okay, so Torture Poets Department. Let me talk about it. So, Eternal Sunshine of Yours, my album of the year, Torture Poets Department. I get it's very niche. I love Taylor Swift. I've seen her twice in concert now for the Eras Tour alone. Do I think she's going to win Album of the Year for Torture Poets? No. Let me tell you why. And this is like taking a lot to like mature and say this right now.
Okay.
I think Eternal Sunshine will take Album of the Year or Hit Me Hard and Soft. Those two are kind of like I'm switching back and forth between. Torture Poets is really, really good. It's just that there's a lot of niche songs on there. And I just don't know if like the Recording Academy is going to translate that well over. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that it's my number one album of the year.
Very true. And
So-
it's a 31 track
album.
album. So obviously like the standard edition 16 tracks. It was kind of whenever it came out, it was mixed reviews. People were like, "What is this? Quit releasing stuff." So I think people aren't really going to want to vote. Like the Recording Academy might not really want to vote for them. However, I do think Billie Eilish might win just because Hit Me Hard and Soft, good album, great album. Saw it in concert.
Yeah.
Yes,
But,
we saw it.
You two both did.
We did.
And
We can talk about that too.
well, we can talk till we drop. And so, yeah, I think Billie Eilish is a bit of a Grammy darling. So that's my clock. But please.
Thank you. Number two. Now, okay. Melanie Martinez.
Okay.
That's cray-cray. It
Melanie
really is.
Martinez,
Yeah.
5,600
Wow.
minutes. Sorry, not hours, minutes. And the Melanie Martinez was my second, and the 12,000 to 5,000 is just hilarious to me.
That's a
Like,
big
I think
gap.
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Melanie Martinez, number two. I was really shocked by Melanie Martinez. It started off with liking K through 12, which was her second studio album, and I loved that album. Saw the little movie she did. Saw her in concert in I think it was April, end of April, early May, I believe. And Portals became my number one album by her. And
I don't like that album.
Evil literally put me into a trance. It put me into it made me have an outer body experience every time I listened to it. And I'll tell you all funny. Actually, I'll just skip to it right now.
And the song Evil, just for some context, the song Evil is some angry song. It's kind of rock inspired, and it's fun. But I just don't like it. Guys, Melanie Martinez was dressing up in these monster costumes. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Oh.
Okay.
I appreciate it, and
Yeah.
I love the art of it all. But I'm getting.
Well, the monster is supposed to she's telling a storyline between her three albums. So the first album was Crybaby. That's the character was Crybaby in her young childhood years. She was talking about how she didn't really have any friends in her first album, how a lot of her parties would just be her and, her thoughts and herself.
That
Yeah,
is
really
sad.
sad. And then the second album was her going to school and being picked on and feeling
Wow.
her friends only wanted to talk to her in school. But in one of her songs called Lunchbox Friend, it was don't talk to me after 3 p.m. You can talk to me up until the bell rings, but after 3 p.m. don't talk to me. So
That's true.
it was just kind of talking
Real
about
Yeah.
oh, well,
Once I clock out of school, I'm saying bye.
Yeah.
Everybody, no.
so it was
See you on
just
Monday.
Yeah.
kind of talking about her experiences with not fading in and everything. And then Portals was okay, you know what? I'm an adult now. I realize that I don't need these fake friends and I don't need all of this attention and I don't really need anyone at my birthday party. So she was reborn into this character that symbolizes freedom and creativity and basically everything that she was so worried to express and talk about because people were giving her such pushback. So it's it's really
Beautiful.
cool.
I mean, she knows how to make it. I mean, I think the whole era of it all is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But,
Now it is a
wow.
little bit creepy once you don't
Did she
dive
perform
too deep.
in the costume during the concert?
Only the Portals.
Okay.
Era, I guess.
Interesting. Era.
Yeah.
Era.
Because she did an era theme, so it was Trilogy Tour 3 because she only has 3 albums.
Eras tour.
Yeah.
Heard of it?
So that was my number 2. I
Okay.
listened to Evil 265 times.
Whoa.
265 times.
Holy crap! Sorry, I'm taking a peek.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll keep going. Sorry. Number 3, Olivia Rodrigo. I think that Guts was. I'm honestly a little bit upset it is not nominated for Album of the Year, but
Was it really not?
that is no. Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. Wow, that song is absolutely amazing. Logical. Have cried probably more than once to it. Number 4, Billie Eilish, which is absolutely insane. I would have thought she would have been a little bit higher just because I listened to her a lot longer than Olivia, but it would make sense because I went into a deep dive into Olivia, so I guess that is okay. And then number 5, Tate McRae.
Okay.
Saw Tate McRae in concert
Kisses
this
to
year.
my exes, of course. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
Greedy.
that.
Like, let's, come on.
So when I was reading this off, I actually noticed 2 themes. Can you all tell me what the themes were?
Girl boss.
Girls.
Well, yes.
It's the girls. It's
Yes.
the year of the girls.
Absolutely.
100%.
It's the year for the girls.
You all are going to be so surprised by this, and I was so surprised. I wasn't surprised I had these artists. I was surprised about these 2 themes that I noticed.
I'm getting scared. I don't know.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
I'll
really
tell you.
trying to figure it out, but you just need to reveal
So
it.
I saw all 5 of them in concert this year.
Wow.
Want to know number 2? This is the kicker.
I want
The ranking on my Apple Music is the ranking of how I thought they were in concert.
Oh.
Like Taylor Swift, number 1, Melanie 2, Olivia 3, like it follows the exact,
That's
like if you were to
nice.
ask me my top 5 concerts I've been to, it will be that.
That's so
I like that.
interesting.
Isn't that
That's very
crazy?
cool.
And I guess it makes sense because if you look like further into it, it says I listen to a lot of like soundtracks, which is like, it falls under like the set list category,
yeah.
and I listen to a lot of their set lists, so I guess it would make sense as to why it falls like that, but I thought that was pretty cool.
No, I love
Yeah.
that.
Interesting.
Oh my
There you go,
gosh.
little
What an
fun
interesting
fact.
clock.
You're
Yeah.
a true fan.
Yeah.
The fact that you travel to concerts, both
Oh,
of you guys
absolutely.
He's a traveler. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like, you've
Yeah.
gone to, what, Houston? Or where'd you
Houston.
go for Melanie?
Houston.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Houston we
I
know
saw
about.
I saw Houston, or I guess it was Austin, but pretty close. I've been to the Moody Center twice in Austin. I saw SZA 2023, and then Melanie was
So
same
bad. And
Yeah.
then recently, Indiana with mom.
Yep.
With Mama.
Indianapolis to see Taylor, her last
Cute.
U.S. show of the Eras Tour
Wow.
ever.
That's kind of crazy.
Which, can we talk about how we didn't really get much from that?
From the last era.
Yeah. The last show of the U.S. tour, we didn't really get a lot.
Well, you know, she always likes to make her concerts these big things. She'll always do fun events. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
last U.S. Eras Tour show. Okay, let's take a look. What are we doing? Well, nothing. I
That's
guess.
because
Which,
I
like-
think she's planning so much for Canada
Exactly.
next week, you guys.
Guys,
Exactly.
Canada is going to be a kiki. Everyone's having a fun time in Canada.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
I would literally pay $600 to sit behind the
Oh,
stage. I'm not
absolutely.
even
Did you
kidding.
guys see that?
Yeah,
the-
$16.
The tickets would literally be like behind the stage, no view, but cheap. I would have done
insane.
it. I'm doing it. Are you? So.
Well,
yeah.
See y'all in Vancouver.
I don't have my passport.
ya.
It expired literally April of 24.
Oh, we'll put
so,
you in a suitcase. Don't
Yeah, I
worry,
know.
we're getting you there.
I'm gonna be in a bag, and I'm going. I'm going, guys. Seriously.
Absolutely.
But I think I'm gonna have Eras Tour withdrawals once it's finally
Oh,
over.
yeah.
I love the surprise songs.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly,
100%.
you know, she started doing those mashups. She'll do mashups for the surprise songs, and I love them. I love like connecting the story together. She'll just do such cool stuff with it.
Oh my God.
I really do like it. Guys.
Do you think she'll have surprise guests for the last night?
If she doesn't, we'd all be stupid. I think
I'm
she
still
will.
waiting for Post Malone to come out
I
for
know.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
For
Yeah,
for
what?
OG, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's the big debut,
Maybe.
along with
Reputation,
yeah, I
Taylor's
was just about
version.
to say.
Absolutely.
we can only hope, can we?
Oh, I know we're getting Reputation Taylor's version. I know we are.
So excited.
It was such a missed opportunity, which, like, one thing about Taylor is that she never does anything by accident. So I say missed opportunity, but she always has, like, a plan in the back of her pocket. So I don't know what
She's
to
just the
expect.
mastermind like that. Like,
Yeah.
literally, her stage is the key.
Come on.
To unlocking
Which
revenue.
is-
the key. It's the key to the
Which
ball,
is
guys.
crazy.
Yup. 1000%. Okay, so let's talk about how you guys are big concert goers.
Yeah.
The most recent one that you guys went to, Billie Eilish.
Billy,
Yes.
Billy.
How was she?
So, okay, first things first, as soon as I saw her face, I'm like, holy crap, she is just so
Lethal face
breathtaking.
card.
Face card, never declining.
Insane.
Like, her eyes are icy, like an icy blue, and she had a bit of a cold, too, so her voice was like a little, like, raspy.
Ooh!
And I was like, whoa, what's going on? Seriously, like, she's very, very beautiful, and her music was, like, just in concert, you can just tell she has a stage presence. She knows how to communicate the song to the audience, and we were all clapping.
Can I tell you
We're all
something
cheering.
funny?
Yeah.
I, at times, would get distracted by Phil because,
Oh gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, like, she is breathtaking and she caught my attention, but Phil a few times caught my attention because I would look over and Phil would be so transfixed by Billy that it was like almost like I had to watch him instead of Billy.
my
And
gosh.
especially when they would do the close-ups of her eyes, Phil would literally be there like,
I was analyzing. It was a good time. It really was, and great music too. I mean, the music's bopping. She sang Ocean Eyes. Everyone knows Ocean Eyes.
Oh,
right?
stop.
She's on the piano. It's silent. The entire stadium's silent, right? on the piano, la 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 la. As soon as the first chorus hits, the whole stadium lights up, like the band kicks in.
Stop.
Oh my god, I have chills like thinking about it again.
I have chills and I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But you guys, we have to talk about it. The screaming that occurred mid-concert.
They're screaming.
That
I
The
saw
scream?
the videos.
Yeah.
The scream.
Guys, let's talk about concert etiquette. All right.
I'll let you tell
Little
it.
PSA.
I like that.
Little PSA. All right. So hold on. So if we're having maybe a bit more of an emotional song, right? Maybe it's like we are vibing. Okay. Just to say, why are we screaming at the top of our lungs? Does anyone know?
In the middle of a ballad.
Your power. Try not to abuse your power. This is a song about like what abusing your power, and this chick is screaming, and I'm like, whoa.
Bloody murder.
I have it on video, you guys. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful, poignant moment. Bloody murder all of a sudden to the right of me. I'm like, what's going on? Did someone die? Nope, it's just some girl who got really excited for some reason. It was almost comical. I'm like, what's going on here? Where's
And
the content?
Phil actually got it on video.
I did.
That's
guys.
insane. We're gonna have to embed that.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna.
Into
We
this.
will be
absolutely.
embedding it. And me and Riley, you can hear us go. Okay.
Well, it was so frustrating because, like, despite, like, anyone's political opinions, a lot of people were in that concert scared or, you know, sad or, you know, they were there to be cheered up by their artists. So that's kind of why Billy put that song into the set list. Like, I don't think, was it in the set list before?
No.
I think Casey was the first night to get it, and I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people were having that moment to kind of reflect on their lives, whether, you know, you believe one way or another. We were all in that auditorium to, you know, hear our favorite artist.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just like, from a perspective, when you take a step back and think of it that way, it's just like, I could never imagine screaming or, you know, disrupting somebody else's experience because who am I to say that they worked, you know, as less hard than I did to get to that concert. So
You know, there's a Luke Combs song that talks about how his dad, like, worked extra to afford his mom these concert tickets. And they literally had to put in overtime just to have this one night out.
Really?
And I think about just how much money and effort goes into planning a concert. Usually it's for someone's birthday, a
course.
very special event. The fact that it was not ruined because, you know, it's still a great night, but someone can put a damper on that.
Yeah.
Let's say it was someone's favorite song.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I'm videoing this for my mom, right? I'm videoing this for my mother. She loves the song. Oh, why is there screaming? Oh, okay. So we're having the big scream party. It's a big scream party. But I think it's interesting. I just think some people don't understand the etiquette as much as others do. One thing, too, like if you're sitting in the pit, like I'm finna be in the pit, right? Like, it's the phone show. If you're like 10 rows back, welcome to the phone show. Everyone just
Yeah.
has their phones up as high as they can. And I'm like, okay, this is okay.
You
or like
can't
the
even
people
see
on
the
their
artist.
shoulders.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can't
People
do
on the
that.
shoulders. So I just think, you know, it's a good thing to always account for your space and other people. Also, you know, dancing and like there's people too, and not only are they just like screaming bloody murder, but they'll scream every lyric. And I'm like, I am here to listen to the artist sing, guys. It's like, guys, have you seen the thing like at the Wicked movie, right? The actors are like, you can sing, guys. Like, don't be afraid to sing Defying Gravity. It's like, no, girl. Because like, I'm going to the movie to watch the actual artists sing Defying Gravity. You know what I'm saying?
1000%. No, I get that.
I don't-
And I saw there were some movies specifically for sing-along.
Yeah.
Other ones would be just to, like, watch it.
Yes.
And so you went and saw Wicked, what, 3 times?
4.
4?
Saw it 4
my-
times.
Were people singing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
talk about that.
the very last one that I went to with my little sister, people were singing. And it was almost as if like they were intentionally trying to be disrespectful because during Defying Gravity, they would sing and you know how like it gets to a point in the song where it's like build up, and then the climax of the song, they would like match their voice to like Cynthia's voice of like they would like consistently build up their voice. And again, like going back to the whole, like this is people's first, some people's first, this is some people's only.
Not everyone's 4th time.
Not everyone's like
movie.
4 times
Right.
seeing the movie. And not only that, but like renting movies are expensive these days. Like have you seen movies that just come out available for rent? $20 to rent it, but $25 to buy it? Or like movie tickets in the theater, $16 and you're going to listen to somebody like disrespectfully singing? Now I get it. Like I grew up on Wicked. I've seen, you know, the play in person, or the musical in person. My mom's seen it 3 times. Like, it's been something that I've grown up with, and I get that it's hard, but to, like, consistently try and match and be louder is crazy.
You should have auditioned, babe. If you wanted to sing, you should have auditioned.
Well,
Let's go.
yes.
Okay, we need to talk about their, like, little TikTok shorts that we've all been seeing.
Yeah. That's my line.
They are completely. What's your line?
Have you seen the thing? And she goes, "That's my line." And then
Oh,
she
yes.
says
Wait, do it. Can you do the battle cry? They call it the battle cry.
I'm on vocal rest, so I will not be doing
Okay.
that. for
Vocal
right now.
rest.
I have to really preserve my throat. This is my instrument, so yeah.
Your instrument. I didn't know you were a big singer, Phil.
In the shower.
Well, yapper.
Okay.
And a yapper, too.
I love it. I think the relationship is so beautiful, and if you have not accomplished something on such a large scale, you probably don't understand it. So
Right.
people on the outside looking in, they're like, "What's this about? This is strange." But I think that they just haven't been there.
Yeah, facts.
I think No, go ahead.
I always say, I just think, I don't think we'll truly ever really know what happens in Hollywood. I think there's so much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it's just a completely different world. And, well, I'm not famous. Maybe I should be, but I'm not.
After this episode, hey, you never know,
Well,
Phil.
I think that brings up a really good question, or I guess topic of conversation about like empathy. Like, I see a lot of artists online, and sometimes I catch myself thinking like, okay, why did we do this, or why are we making this choice? And then I have to take a step back and I have to think like, is that really empathetic of me? I don't spend 12, 16, 18 hours on a movie set all day being pushed while the media is talking about my voice or the type of music I'm producing or, how I'm looking.
Okay, so you talked about empathy a little bit. I think we need to get into our next little topic.
I love this.
So it is best and worst advice you have ever received. Riley, I'll start with you, and you can
my
do either
gosh.
one.
Wow.
It's a loaded question. I know.
I think the best piece of advice that I ever got was from a very special person, Elizabeth Motazity. Yeah. So like a little background, I was really nothing in high school. I was kind of drowned out by a lot of the popular kids, I guess. Really wasn't involved too heavily. Wasn't super proud of my grades. Definitely wouldn't recognize the person that I am today. And I remember so vividly sitting on the couch with my mom in July of 2022, the month before I was supposed to move in to Northwest, and I was like, if I'm going to a four-year university, I'm not going to talk to anybody. I am not going to get involved. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to show up, go to my classes, go back to my room. I got to college and I was like, okay, time to, start this repetitive journey of just going to classes and coming back to my, dorm room and not doing anything. And I don't really know, like, the extent to how this happened, but I do remember I was at the org fair for university seminar, and Liz was also there on behalf of Student Senate, and me and her just started talking, and it was really nice. And at the end, she was like, I'm sorry, but like, you have a voice and like, you need to use it. And from that moment on, I have been, or at least tried to be, a champion for the voices, a champion for people who want to speak up, but they feel like they don't fit in, or they, don't relate to other people. And so I think that's been like my best piece of advice. Anytime I ever, talk to people about why I get involved, or why Northwest, or why really anything to do with, who I am as a person today, I always bring up that story, because not only did it, open something up inside of me, I joined Student Senate the next month after that.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
not only did it open something up inside of me, but it really opened something up inside of me to, not only, like I said, get as involved as I can, but speak up for the people who feel like they still can't, because I know how isolating it can feel to not, have a voice or not be heard. And I just kind of want to be like the Liz Motaz is for other people. So yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Like, people doing that and like kind of, I guess, inspiring you to do that stuff. You're gonna feel that effect, and you're gonna want to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Wow. The fact, just hearing that in high school you were not this person,
Yeah.
I
That's a
didn't
shock.
know that to that
Yeah.
extent,
Yeah.
because you just embody who you are in such a positive, outgoing light. I can't imagine a different version
I
of
didn't
you.
clock that, no.
And I'm so glad that this version of Riley Steele is here at Northwest,
It is.
because
Thank
I
you.
don't know about you, Phil, but I've needed it.
It is.
Throughout my entire time here at
And
college.
you're so well involved too. I mean, you do so much, and like, you're very competent to do all of that. So it's like, thank you. Like, we're making these organizations good. So
Yeah.
amazing.
I love it. Okay, how about best advice for Phil, and then we'll go into worst advice.
Absolutely.
Okay, so best advice for me, and guys, I'm not even sure who even said it to me, but this was like, whoa, hold on, guys. So for me, it's like, this is gonna sound a bit cliche, so bear with me, but it's like, if you are just going to act like yourself, if you act like the true person you are going to attract people that like the true version of yourself. Okay, that sounds so cliche, I get it. But once I actually put it into practice, I come to college. College is daunting for everybody, right? You're going to college like, I don't know who I am, where I am, what am I doing, right? And it's such a formative experience. So as I was kind of approaching that, I was like, how do I want to be perceived? How do I want to blah, 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 blah. So maybe it was my mom. My mom, maybe the Motazides are just great at advice. But my mom was just like, if you're just acting like yourself, you're going to be attracting people who like the version of yourself that you are truly. Like, it sounds so simple, but I think not a lot of people realize that. It's just, if you're able to be that person, then the real people, you don't have to act around them, you don't have to like act a different way. Those are going to attract those people. So a little cliche perhaps, but guys, maybe the cliche ones are the ones that do the good jobs. So
Exactly.
Yep, you're living in it.
I'm loving it. So I'm being me unapologetically, and we're rocking.
I love it. It's 2024. We're authentic. We're our true selves.
People love authenticity.
What's the best piece of advice
I
you've
wanted
been
to hear
given?
this.
Okay, so 2 pieces of advice actually. I was thinking of this as I was asking you guys. So, first one, I'll never forget it. Actually, kind of at a similar phase in my life to you.
Wow.
So, right after high school graduation, I went through a breakup. And when you're in high school, you're like, oh, end of the world.
Yeah.
I felt like I had a lot of baggage from, the COVID years, things I didn't want to carry into the future. And I was sitting on a rocking chair with my mom in our front little, porch area.
A rocking chair, wow. That's going to do it, guys. The rocking chairs.
The conversations on the rocking chair
Watch out.
are some to be held.
Lethal.
So my mom looks at me and she goes, Katie, you're 18 years old, your life is a clean slate, and you're about to go make the most of your 4 years at college. And I feel like I've tried to live in that as much as I can. So that was something that really just inspired me to make the most of my time here at the university. Okay, my second piece of advice was actually reading a book this summer by an author named Jim Rohn. The name of the book, I actually don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
Jim Rohn is brilliant. He actually has passed away, so sad. But, so he was talking about how at the end of your life, you will have wanted to try everything, even if it were to have failed, because when you're an old person on your deathbed, you're not going to want to think about, all those missed opportunities that I could have gone for. And so that's actually the reason I started this podcast, and something that I really just wanted to live up to in my own life. So yeah, those are my probably 2 biggest pieces of advice.
That's awesome. And those rocking chair, I just have to reiterate, guys, I love the rocking chair talks.
Yep.
But I think about like what you're doing right now. Come on, we are on a podcast called Girl, You're Fine.
Oh!
I mean, come on, and this is us all sparked by that. I
Oh
think
my
that's awesome.
gosh.
That kind of brings me to one more piece of advice. This might be a little bit less cliche, so let's rock it. So, do one scary thing every single day. I think maybe Martha Roosevelt, is that a person? I don't even know. But do one scary thing every single day. And like, not only do you feel more proud of yourself, but the discomfort, the being scared, that uncomfort, that's how you grow. That is how you grow completely. And I always say that, especially into like approaching college, you grow and you thrive in the discomfort. So do it. Hope this helps.
Wow.
Wait,
That's amazing.
can I add on?
Please.
Can we skip into worst advice?
Please.
The worst advice, or I guess no, not the worst advice. Just advice that as I got older, I realized didn't align with the person who I wanted to be, and kind of like where I saw myself going was like, be comfortable with like constant. And that's okay to an extent, but I've never or don't have any experience with, real good, valuable change happening from being constant.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this saying that I kind of always live by, and it's be uncomfortable with, talking up or speaking up and raising your voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just knew that kind of going back to, who I am now versus who I was in high school, I just kind of knew that I didn't want to be comfortable. I didn't want to just remain constant and, go through the motions of life. And I wanted to speak up and be a voice for the voiceless or talk about, things that are on my mind, because I knew and have seen through history and through different events that have happened that really doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Nope.
I think that would be mine, but not really a worst, just kind of.
I love the themes here. It's very much like, thrive in the discomfort, do crazy things, do things that just at the end of the life that we call ours. Let's be proud. Let's be proud of ourselves. No regrets. No regrets.
No
Absolutely.
regrets.
No
I want that
regrets.
tattooed on my forehead, y'all.
On my lips, on my nose, and on my ears.
Have you all
I
seen that
love
quote
it.
where it's like, be kind to your parents because it's their first time living too? And I always like have to stop and think about that, and I'm like, you're so right.
It is
random
crazy.
internet meme, like or random internet quote. It is my
You know what
mom's
that
first
brings me
time
to?
living.
That brings me to. So I'm walking my dog, and guys, my dog wants to sniff every corner, eat every stick, poop everywhere, pee everywhere, and I'm always like, no, like, come on, like, let's go, let's do a linear walk, and I'm like, no, hold on,
Linear.
no. The walk is the best part of the dog's day,
Yep.
and I'm gonna ruin it? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
No. So
Oh, 100%.
that was so random, but I had to say it. So I
Yeah,
hope this
no,
helps.
I loved it.
1,000%.
Wow.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love your theme of just you can't be comfortable in life because if
Don't.
you're comfortable, that's where you stop progressing
It's
and
so
you
true.
stop changing and evolving as a person. That's
Exactly.
the whole point of this walk of life that we are so gifted to have.
We are. Don't be complacent.
Nope, don't be complacent.
Don't.
Phil, worst advice?
Worst advice I've ever gotten, this might maybe make it a little bit more like fun, haha, but a lot of people say, okay, so after you get out of a relationship, like have 3 months to yourself. Guys, this is maybe like me encouraging bad behavior, but I'm just saying, like, after you get out of a relationship, don't be afraid to go into a rebound, okay? That's all I have to say.
That's a little controversial.
It is a little controversial, so, you know,
Ooh.
audience, please let us know what you
But
think.
girl, we're fine.
We're fine.
We're fine with it.
I'm fine. I'm alive. But the thing is, you know, it helps. It helps.
Yep.
And so that's just maybe it's a little bit of a lighter piece of advice, but it's true. You know, just do whatever feels right, but don't
Yep.
be stupid. But also do what feels right.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And honestly, that's very fun advice. It's very college of you.
It's very college. You know, we learn. We learn and we live. And we love.
I think my worst advice is honestly just to be realistic.
Yeah.
Because why would I want to be realistic when I can literally have the most delulu ideas and maybe it'll work out one day?
Well,
That's the
Who
goal.
knows?
The most delusional people always win. Come on. Well-behaved people never make history. You heard that?
Ooh, I feel like that was Martha Stewart or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep or something.
Oh, Meryl Streep.
who'd you say first? Martha Roosevelt? What'd you say?
Martha Roosevelt. I feel like
yeah.
that's two people. So there's Teddy, our guy.
Teddy. Love
Way
it.
back to the 30s.
Two Teddy Roosevelts, too. Did you guys know that? 2 presidents that were named.
Were there really?
Yes.
One last little question. This just popped up. What's your guys' New Year's resolutions? Do you have any yet? I know we're a few weeks away. It's not even Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay, one thing I'm always trying to do is be less of a people pleaser.
Ooh.
You know, I've been trying and I've been better, but I do a lot of people pleasing. And I'll say yes to things I don't want to do.
Yep.
And like we said, there is that discomfort aspect there. But sometimes it's like, okay, well, my social battery's out and I want to lay down on the floor and just decompress for 20 minutes.
Yep.
But I have to do this and this and this and this.
Yep.
So it's going to be a bit of a balance. You know, 2025, we are going to start traversing that and being better. So that's what
I
I'm going to
love.
say. I'm excited for
I
it.
love that.
But it's like rooted into me. So we'll see how it works, guys. We'll see.
Okay.
If I were to give you like a silly answer, like working out, I just feel like I am not like the healthiest I could be.
Come to spin. Circuit spin.
I need to go to
Well,
your spin.
Tuesdays, 5:15. It's so fun. You would love it.
5:15 is when I have Senate exec.
Oh, sad.
I
Well, I don't
know.
have my next semester schedule yet. But okay, working out.
I know. So if I were to give you like an actual like something I'm gonna be like super on top of, going off that kind of knowing my worth a little bit more, kind of following along that line, not stretching myself thin, like putting all of my energy into like what's most important to me. But specifically like with knowing my worth, like, focusing on what's good in my life, what's adding a lot of value to my life, and recognizing it and giving it the recognition where it's due is something that I think I really
Powerful.
do need to work on, and that I think will help me open up and see like, what's very valuable to me and what I might need to release and say goodbye to, because maybe I might be putting a little bit more in than I'm, getting. So I think probably that.
And I love how these are both very intuitive and thoughtful
Yeah.
New Year's resolutions. Not just
Insightful.
like insightful, not just like a smoothie a day keeps
Yeah.
the doctor away, or
Yeah.
creatine powder. Like no, like
5
No.
minutes of abs every single day. Well, that's not going to save your life.
no,
No.
no.
And here's the thing, too. If you don't love yourself, how the heck are you going to love somebody else?
And bye, everybody.
But
You
hold on.
guys,
I want to
okay.
know what your resolution
I
is.
do
Oh
too.
my gosh. it's going to be to expand the podcast more
Yes.
and more.
Yes.
I love this. This is my baby. I've only produced 3 episodes so far. There's a lot more coming.
You need a co-host.
in 2025. I know. That's the thing. I'm kind of like bouncing around right now, and especially since I'm graduating in May. But really, I'm just going to be more intentional about advertising and marketing the podcast in 2025.
You're awesome.
Yes,
I
I'm so
love you
excited
guys.
to see where it goes.
Thank you. From
So
the bottom
excited.
of my heart.
Yes.
Oh, being on Girl, You're
Aw.
Fine. This is so fun. Seriously, you guys
That's
are
fun.
the most dynamic people I know.
Aw.
And
Wow, what a
You're
beautiful
so
person.
sweet.
Well,
You were
know,
so sweet.
You're
The reason
sweet.
you're doing this podcast is you get the good questions. You know how to talk. I mean, this
Exactly.
is you are rocking it.
But you guys carried. So, I mean,
All
it's
of our backs
50-50.
are extremely
Well,
sore.
okay, can I tell you all what we actually did?
Yeah.
What Phil and I actually did was we just took all of the Yap sessions him and I have had in the library and put a camera in front of us, really. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I love
kind
it.
of the tea there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
authentic.
Yeah,
You know what
really.
people value? Authenticity.
And that's
We
that's
are
that.
full circling our butts off today, guys.
I love it. People are going to listen to this episode and literally have an out-of-body experience in like an oh crap moment.
That's the
like,
goal.
Wow.
I don't know.
Girl, you're out of body.
I'm excited. I'm
I am
excited for
too.
you. I am so proud of you. I think it's so cool to see like where you came from to now. Like when I tell you guys, I remember her like texting me being like, "Would you even watch this?" Like, and I was like, "Are you absolutely kidding me?" Like, you are one of the most charismatic, one of the most entertaining people I have ever
stop.
met, and I
I
think
like
that's
you.
I think that's too. Well, you hyped us up. Like it's time
Oh
I just
my
go back
God.
that
Hold
up.
on, let's get to my
And like I think that being charismatic and being entertaining is and knowing how to, ask good questions and tailor a podcast to people, like these are all things that, we can talk about and that are kind of like interesting to us. So I think that's so important to be when you want to do a podcast. And so it's been so cool to like hear about it and then, be in the room and see it and hear it and watch
Yeah.
it.
You guys
Being
are
able to like be a part of it,
amazing.
we've seen it, but being in it too is awesome. So,
Yes.
I love it, and I can guarantee this is not the first episode and only episode that you guys will be on. So you guys stay tuned. Thank you to everyone that watches or listens to Girl You're Fine. Be sure to check us out on TikTok and Instagram at Girl You're Fine Pod, and you can watch us on YouTube and Spotify. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Racing to the finish line. Seatbelt, fast whips, got a win in mind. See me when I